Welcome to this video about how to construct your own personal skirt pattern based on the size chart with your own measurements and the calculations that I went through in my previous videos. If you want to follow along and make your own clothes, you should check out the videos about the measurements and the calculations and download this size chart for free. Let's get started. The skirt is constructed as half a pattern with only 3 measures and very easy to do. You will need a big piece of cardboard, about 65 times 100 centimeters, like you see here, a big ruler, a triangle, a curved ruler, and a sharp pencil to create this basic pencil skirt pattern. The basic pattern form is built in a numerical order, starting with number 1 and upwards. We are starting with the front center on the left side of the cardboard. By drawing a long vertical line on top, we are marking number 1. From 1 to 2, you measure down your hip depth, which usually is around 20 to 22 centimeters. From 1 to 3, measure down the skirt length that you want. From these 3 points, you draw perpendicular lines to the right. From point number 2, you measure half your hip circumference plus 1 to 2 centimeters across. The 1 to 2 centimeters is extra width for you to be able to move in the skirt. And depending on how tight you want it, you take 1 if you want it tight and 2 centimeters if you want it a bit looser. Mark down this point 4. Draw a vertical line up and down. The same measure, you use the same measure as front center. Mark number 8 and number 9 at the bottom. Connect 1 and 8, 3 and 9. Now divide this square vertically into halves and extend the sideline a few centimeters on top. Mark number 10, 1 centimeter up from the waistline, and draw a short guideline parallel with the waistline. From 1 on the waistline, measure half of the waist circumference plus 1 centimeter and make a mark. Measure from here to 8. This is the measure we have to remove from the waistline to make the skirt fit. Divide this measure into 2. Remove half of that around the sideline with half a centimeter more towards the left. Then use the curved ruler to draw in the waistline from the new points, 1 centimeter over the waistline to mid front, and the same on the back piece. Draw the hip line with the curved ruler also. From the new points down to the hip line on both the front piece and the back piece. The rest of half the measure you took here, we will distribute as darts front and back. Start on the front and measure 6 to 8 centimeters in here. Use 1.5 to 2 centimeters for the front dart and draw a perpendicular line down. Connect the two legs. The dart is about 8 to 10 centimeters long. Now, if you only have 3 centimeters left for the back piece, you make one dart in the middle, about 13 to 15 centimeters long. If you have more than 3 centimeters left, you create the first dart 5 to 7 centimeters from the center back and place the dart, which is 13 to 15 centimeters long. Next, you measure the rest of the waist from the dart to the sideline, divide it into half, and put the rest of the leftover measures here. And it's a bit shorter. It's about 12 to 14 centimeters long. And that's it. Now you have created your own personal skirt pattern. From this basic pattern, there is endless possibilities to create whatever you want. And if you are interested, I will go through some of those possibilities in later videos. Just comment below and tell me what you would like to see. The next step is to copy the pattern onto transparent pattern paper. Like I did here. I added a seam allowance all around, waist and sidelines, and mid-back. Mid-front is on the fabric fold, so you don't have to add anything. And for the hem, I added 4 to 5 centimeters. To optimize the fit, sew a fitting model in cheap cotton fabric. But before sewing it, mark the hip guideline onto the fabric. It will make it much easier to make the necessary adjustment at the fitting. And the fitting will also be easier if you have someone to assist you. There will always be some adjustment at the fitting. Remember to transfer the adjustment back to the basic pattern. This is the basic pattern. So put the adjustments into that so you have a complete pattern that you just can copy from. Apart from that, you should always keep this basic pattern clean and take copies on transparent pattern paper if you want to make major design alterations. I hope this explanation and demonstration was helpful. You can download a more detailed description below. If you are interested, I can elaborate on some of these subjects in later videos. Suggestions are also very welcome. Let me know how your skirt pattern turns out in the comments below. If you have any questions or experience any problems, don't hesitate to comment on the video, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. If you like what I'm doing, consider hitting the like button. When you subscribe to my channel, you will be notified when I post a new video. See you in my next video, where I will show you how to construct the dress pattern. Bye for now.